At the Brahma Kumaris, every time we meet each other, we greet each other with Om Shanti. A very simple word with a very profound meaning. Most of us have often used this word, and we often say at the end of our prayer, Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. कहते हैं ना ऐसा? Yes? Huh? But one is to say Om Shanti, and the other is to be Om Shanti. And Om Shanti means I am a peaceful being. So let's take a moment of silence and just sit back. Brother Eric was just sharing with us that many of us want to be peaceful, and yet we believe that it's difficult. Anyone here believes it's difficult? Is it easy to be peaceful or is it difficult to be peaceful? Hanji? Difficult. It's easy to be stressed or difficult to be stressed? We find the difficult thing easier and the easy thing difficult. So we say it's easier to be stressed but difficult to be peaceful. A brother came to the center and he met Dadi Janki, who's the administrative head of the Brahma Kumaris. And she very sweetly said to him, just be in attention, that I should not create a single thought. And he looked at her and he said, Dadi, it's not possible to be in attention throughout the day. She said, it's your choice. You can either choose to be in tension throughout the day or you can choose to be in attention throughout the day, because one of the two you anyways have to do. You know? The same thing, we believe it's easier to be stressed but difficult to be peaceful. And yet, we want peace. But there is a barrier which is not allowing us to experience it. And that barrier is, it is difficult. When I create a thought, it's difficult, then to experience it will become. How many of you were feeling that peace when Sister sang that beautiful song? How many of you were feeling at peace that time? And feeling at peace when we had those angels on the stage? And what did we do to feel that? What did we do? Nothing. 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 They were at peace. They were creating high energy words, and they were radiating their high energy vibrations with their high energy words, and within a few seconds we were at peace. Can we do that throughout the day also? And yet, if we invite someone right now who in 30 seconds can create low energy emotions with low energy words, and how long will it take for us to shift from peace to disturbance? How long will it take to shift from peace to disturbance? And that means changing our energy shifting our emotion, shifting that inner experience doesn't take years, but it takes only, how much time does it take to shift from here to here and here, back here? How much time does it take? Few seconds. So when we start meditation, sometimes people say, how long will it take for me to experience that inner peace? So what do you think? How long will it take? Hanji? As long as you let it take. And which means who's the master? We are the master. Let's sit back and consciously create a few right thoughts. We will create it. And let's watch whether our mind is ready to follow the instruction we give it. Let's see if it happens. Ready? Ready? Easy. It's very easy. How many of you have ever given instructions to other people's minds? Do this, don't do this. Do this, don't do this. Kiya kabhi? Yes. And do they listen to us? Huh? No? If people didn't listen to you, nothing would be happening here, right? Of course people listen to you. You say do this, they say yes. ज़्यादा से ज़्यादा ये है कि एक बार में नहीं करेंगे तो दूसरी बार में कर देंगे. Everything that we are doing outside is a result of someone else's mind obeying my instruction. All the work that's happening, all the magic that's happening outside is because of someone else's mind obeying my instruction. All the magic that's going to happen inside is when my mind obeys my instruction. We know how to give instructions to other people. Meditation is about learning the art to building a beautiful relationship with my own self, where my mind starts listening to what I say to it. And most important, I learn what's the right thing to say to my mind. Because sometimes, when we are not aware, the mind is following the instruction, but we are not giving the right instruction. And if I keep giving the wrong instruction and my mind keeps following the wrong instruction, then that is what is manifesting into reality. Sit back and give an instruction to your mind. The next 1 hour is for me, myself. It's my time. The only one person I will think about in the next 1 hour is me, myself. I take care of a lot of people around me. But today, I've taken out time for me, myself. I love myself. I respect myself. I don't need anything from anyone outside. I have everything I have ever wanted. I am peace. It's my nature. It is who I am. I don't need anything outside to be my way for me to experience my peace. It's my nature. Peace is my nature. It's my sanskar. It's who I am. In every scene of life, I use my sanskar of peace. It's the one ingredient which flows in every scene of my life. It is who I am, and it is what I will use with everyone, always. I am a peaceful being. Om Shanti. Let's check what we have, what we don't have. I need to check myself. How many of you feel that you have a sanskar of peace? How many of you have a sanskar of peace? Sanskar of peace? How many of you have a sanskar of irritation? How is it that the hand goes higher up, easier in this option? Why is it that I'm more sure whether I have a sanskar of irritation, but not very sure whether I have a sanskar of peace? Is there anyone who can create irritation 24/7? Yes? No. So those moments when I'm not irritated, when I'm not disturbed, when I'm not upset, when I'm not angry, when I'm not hurt, what am I that time? What am I that time? I'm at peace. How many of us have the sanskar of peace? See, अपना ही बैंक बैलेंस नहीं पता. When we hear the word peace, we think it's some amazing, strange feeling which I haven't experienced since very long. Because everybody in the world seems to be talking about it. I want peace, I want peace, I want peace. And many people have said it takes many, many lifetimes to find peace. So we thought it's some very exclusive thing which we don't have. What is peace? When I'm not irritated, when I'm not angry, when I'm not upset, when I'm not hurt, when I'm not jealous, I am peace. So, do I have a sanskar of peace? Yes. Now, I have a sanskar of peace, I have a sanskar of irritation. Right? So, I have both. So, it's like a CD here which has both the songs. Which has both the songs. So I have a song of peace and patience, and I have a song of irritation. Here comes a scenario. I have to choose which song to play in that scene. Yes? Yes? And then one scene, after that, another scene, and then another scene. And in every scene, I only have to choose which song to play. Now, here is this program. The sister who came to sing on the stage, which song did she choose to sing? The song which she felt was apt for this scene. Had she used another song, what would you have said? क्या कहते हैं आप? हाँ? हाँ? क्या कहते हैं आप? आप कहते, this song is not right for this moment. So she knows a lot of songs. She can sing Hindi movie songs, she can sing English movie songs, she can sing rap music. Yeah, that's what you said. She can sing. She knows everything. But more important is not to know everything, but important is to choose the right song for the right moment. And the one who chooses the right song for the right moment is the intelligent one. Emotional intelligence means to choose the right thought, the right feeling for the right moment. Now, let me select which are the moments of my life in which I have to choose irritation. She's so sweet. She said, हमें पता नहीं चलता, अपने आप shift हो जाते. Which means I'm not choosing my song. The song is playing on its own. Yeah, how many of you feel I'm not choosing the song of irritation? It just goes. Huh? How many feel they've shifted from conscious choosing of song to an automated way of living? हाँ जी? All of us नहीं होता. Never ever say all of us. Say I. Why do we say all of us? It feels little better. If I say I don't have control over myself, my songs are playing on their own, it feels a little, there's something wrong with me. But when I say all of us don't have control over ourselves, it feels फिर तो ठीक है ना, सब बढ़िया बड़ा कमाल. And when all of us are not able to do something, then that something becomes the right way of living. Because all of us are living that way. When will I shift from a conscious choosing of a sanskar to an automated way of living? When I don't choose to create irritation, irritation just happens. I don't choose to create anger, anger just happens. When would I reach that stage? For example, the first time when you started to learn how to drive a car. How many of you know how to drive the car? Good. And how many of you first learned how to drive the car in India? Because it's a slightly different way of driving. That's the reason. ऐसे नहीं है. The first time I learned to drive the car, what do? We only drive the car. If someone starts talking to us while we're driving the car, we say, how many of you were listening to the radio the first time you were learning to drive the car? No. How many of you had a quick phone call while you were learning to drive the car? No. And I'm sure none of you were eating your sandwich while you were learning to drive the car on the first day. We were not. What were we doing on the first day? We were only driving the car. The mind, the intellect was only driving the car. After 15 days, I can listen to the radio. I can talk to the person sitting next to me in the car. I can eat my sandwich. And I can also have a quick phone call. How many of you can do this while driving the car? Good. If I am talking to someone on the phone, I am eating my sandwich, I am talking to the person sitting next to me, and I'm also listening to the radio, then who is driving the car? Who's driving the car? The sanskar which I have created in the first 15 days has now shifted into the automated mode. I don't need to use my mind. I don't need to use my intellect. The sanskar has been created. I can do other things while the sanskar is working in life. If I was driving on a new route, I would use my mind and intellect to see where to go. 15 days on the same route, I don't need my mind and intellect to see the route. And before I know, I'm home. So who was seeing the route? The sanskar of driving on the same route. And then one day you shifted from India and you came to Vancouver, a slightly different way of driving the car. Again, for the first few days, you cannot talk on the phone, you cannot talk to people, you cannot listen to the radio, you only need to drive the car. Because what were we doing? We were shifting our sanskar from what it already was to creating a slightly different sanskar. How much time did it take to shift from that way of driving to a new way of driving? How much time did it take you? How much time did it take you? Few days. 5 days? 10 days? Yes? Yes? 15 days? That's it. When I'm sitting in the car here and I look at everyone driving the car, I get so scared. I said, what is this happening? This car is coming from here and this car is coming. How can they drive like this? Because that sanskar is not here. I just don't know how it's driven here. Why? Because I haven't taken out the time to create that sanskar. And if so, somebody wants to ask me now, can you drive here? I say, impossible. I can't drive. Because I did not take out those few days which you took out to create that new sanskar. Now I could live the rest of my life in this country and say, I don't know how to drive the car. Because I did not take the few days to create a new sanskar. How much time does it take to change a way of living? How much time would it take to change a sanskar? How much time would it take to change a sanskar? Few days. Now, for many, many years, I have been using the response of irritation every time situations and people were not my way. We don't use irritation when people and situations are our way. We only use that sanskar when people are not my way, right? Anyone getting irritated in perfect situations? नहीं, कुछ लोग हो जाते हैं आजकल, इसलिए कुछ हो जाते हैं, because when something goes in an automatic loop, people are getting irritated even in perfect situations. And फिर लोग कहते हैं खिजने की तो आदत ही पड़ गई है इनको. This is their nature. They are just irritated for no reason. They don't need a reason to get irritated, which means the song is not playing once in a while. The song has become the background music of their life. But even if that song has become the background music of my life, I can still change my song. Yes or no? Paka? So never, ever, 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 ever say for any habit or for any sanskar, I cannot change this habit.